Hi everyone, today I will be showing you how to add a group or project in SafetyLoop. So to do this, you're going to want to come to the sidebar, click Users and Groups, and then click Company Groups. Now, this page that opens up will be the list of your current groups. So as you can see here, we have 2 groups already created. This one comes default with every company, so it's a great group to test forms to, which we can get into if you look at the job profile section that shows you how to add and share forms. But for this video, we're going to create a new group. So all we're going to do that is click New Group in the top right corner here. Then this will pop up the Add New Group menu. In this menu, there is only one mandatory field, which is group name. So we're going to do that with West Side Condos, as we typed in there. So we added the name. The other options you have here are description, where you can add any more details of the project. This is good, just a little description. It shows in some sections, and it shows here if you need to distinguish it from other projects. You also have the ability to upload a file as a logo, and so this logo will show up on all completed forms done to this project. So if the project has a specific logo you'd like to add, you can do that here just by clicking on the Upload File button and then adding the file that you would like. The next option is Parent Group. So if you have a couple different sections within your company and you've created groups for them, you can actually nest the projects that are related to them under this parent group, and in different sections of the site you can filter just by the parent group to get all of those lower companies as well. So if I click that, it gives me a couple different options there, but I'm not going to do that for now, so I'll just leave it. And then next we have admin. So you can add one admin here, and then if you need to add more admins to the group, you can actually add them in the manager's window in a second that I will show you. So I'll select Nicholas here. And then we have time zone. So if your company spans across multiple time zones, or you're doing a project outside of your normal time zone that your company is set as, you can select the correct time zone here so that the times in the system shows up correctly, and everything works well that way. And then lastly, for the fields here, we have job ID, and this is just an identifier you can add for the groups, but it is not mandatory. And then at the bottom here, we have a little toggle for address. So where this is nice to have is if your workers are doing a lot of forms on web, or are doing external forms just on web on like the iPhone, you can add an address, and that will ensure that the weather pulls off of this group's address. Because web browsers don't have GPS as well, it can't pull a specific address. So we find if you need to use weather or use forms from the website, adding an address here helps you get that accurate weather when you're doing your forms. Then I'm just going to click next here, and then this brings me to the assignments page. So this is where you'll add all of your different users to the project. So for this, I've already added him, so I don't need to worry about that. I only have 2 users, but this is where the managers and admins will show up, and all you need to do to add them, which I'll show you down here in the members section, which is where employees show up, is you click on this little checkbox beside their name, and then you click this top arrow, which is pointing to the right, that will send the user over to the selected side. If you've added them in error, so let's say you added multiple people and you didn't actually mean to add someone, it's the exact same in reverse. All you do is click this checkbox, except this time you're sending them to the left, so you're clicking this arrow, and you send them back to the unselected side. So I'm just going to add him to the group here, Mr. John Smith. There we go. And so now he is selected and added to this group, and he will be able to do the forms dictated by his job profile on this group. Then at the bottom, we have email notification upon form completion. So this is helpful if you're doing work for someone that wants to see the forms you're doing, but they don't want to use the SafetyLoop system. What you can do is you can add an email here, and I'm going to add my own email. And then just click enter, and as you see, it goes into pill form, it's called, and this now means that every form completed to this group will be emailed to this email that you've entered here. And you can enter multiple emails, and all of them will get the completed forms. It is every form completed to this group though, so sometimes people don't want that many emails, but it is an option here if they do want all of those completed forms for the group. So then we're just going to click next, and it's on the last page here, and it's another toggle called Global Project. And what this toggle is if you have subcontractors working for you and they are also in the SafetyLoop system as companies, you can click Global Project and you can invite them to work on your behalf, or not on your behalf, but you can invite them to work on your project, and this will share the forms that they do on your project to you if once it's set up all correctly. All you do is toggle this on, and then you'll see a list of companies, and you can find them in that list and click to add them to your project. And once you submit this group here, like this, it will send them an invite to their global projects section. So now you've created a group in SafetyLoop, and to edit the group, all you have to do is click this, and you'll get the edit option here, which will bring up the exact same menu as before. So hopefully this video helps everyone, and if there's any concerns, let us know.